Do you want to learn how to draw this adorable baby elephant blowing hearts? If so, you are going to need something to doodle on, something to create your doodle with, something to erase any mistakes that you might make, and a marker to outline your doodle when you are done. And when you have all of those supplies, grab the crayons, the markers, the colored pencils, or the paint, and let's get started! Let's go ahead and get started on our adorable little elephant. So we are going to make our paper vertical, which means that it is taller this way but skinnier this way. And we are going to draw kind of like a baby elephant, and he can be blowing hearts or bubbles or anything that you kind of want. So you can kind of create this as a Mother's Day card or just as a card for somebody special. But we are going to just kind of make a little elephant blowing some bubbles today out of his little trunk. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a curved line that's kind of right in the middle of my paper, and it is a little uneven. So this side is up a little higher than this side, and that's because his head is kind of at an angle like this. So then I'm going to go from this end right here, so the end that I just made, and I'm going to go ahead and do a big, nice, big, giant C shape. And that is going to be his ear. And then right behind that area there, we can go ahead and just kind of add in an extra little bump. And that would be the ear that's on the other side of his body that we're not really going to be seeing because it's in the back. I'm going to do a little line here. And that's just to help so I can draw in like a little bit of pink in his ear instead of having it be so gray. I can just add a little bit of another color to the doodle. Now up here, we are going to go ahead and do a couple lines. So I'm going to start with kind of like a line that comes down here. I want to kind of make his trunk look wrinkled because it is going up. So I came down with this line. I went over it with kind of like a 7 that's rounded and another 7 that's rounded. And now I'm just going to do kind of an S curve. So notice how that kind of has an S shape to it. And then the tip of his nose is going to kind of be a little weird wiggle. So it's just going to kind of wiggle in. And I want this tip to be skinnier. So I'm going to get a little bigger as I come down from my trunk. So notice how it's really skinny up here and it gets a little bit bigger as we go down. And then right when I'm about lined up underneath this area where I wrinkled, I'm just going to stop for a second because I want to be able to draw in the rest of his face. So from the end of that, I'm going to curve down and in for my elephant's face. So I can go ahead and add in his eye here so you can see how he looks. So there's my little elephant. Look how cute. We've got his face, his little head, we've got his trunk. Hopefully you have a little bit of space here. I only have maybe an inch, less than an inch, so that way I can have his little bubbles squirring around there. So now I'm gonna go up to about where the ear, middle, maybe like right where it falls there, and I'm gonna do a big curve, big C shape, down on the rest of my paper for his bum, coming into his foot because he's gonna be sitting. So this is like where his neck could be, probably up underneath the ear. And then it's going to curve out, giant C, bum, leg, perfection. Now I'm going to come back up and I'm going to come about the middle of his head here. Well, actually, we're going to be more towards the end here. And I'm going to do kind of like a line that goes down but curves out just a little bit. So not a big curve out, just a small little out curve. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go down at a slight angle, and this is just gonna be the top of my little guy's leg. Make a little wrinkle there just to show that his leg is bent. And then I'm gonna do a nice curved line. And a nice little curve. And then down here, we can do the same thing. We're gonna give it a nice curve back. So we've got his front leg, we've got a back leg. And right here, I can go ahead and draw in a line and maybe add another little wrinkle just to show, you know, elephants have a lot of little wrinkles on them. They got a lot of skin, a lot of animal. They're pretty big. Now I'm gonna do a small little curve here just to make kind of a very skinny oval. And then I'm gonna add in my little elephant's like toenails, with little toes. And those are just gonna be little bumps. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. And I want a half a bump at the tip of his foot, and then you can just add in like 1 or 2 more for the rest of his foot there. And now I've got my little baby elephant. He's so cute. Now I'm gonna come back towards his tush because he needs his tail. And I'm gonna curve up and around. Just one line for right now. And then I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna kind of bring it in. So it's gonna create kind of a rounded triangle shape here, and it's gonna come in flat. And then that's gonna come back out. And then I'm just gonna add some zigzags here to make just kind of the little fur on the tip of his tail. You can even color that in with your marker. Boom, boom, boom. That way we've got his little tail fur. You can even add a piece going out on the other side if you'd like. Just give him a nice fluffy little tail. I'm gonna go in and add in a ground line because I definitely want him to be on the ground. I don't want him floating. Now we can decide, do we want hearts or do we want bubbles? I think since Mother's Day is coming up, hearts would be the best, but go ahead and add bubbles. Bubbles are just different size circles if that's what you'd like, but I can have him blowing hearts like bubbles would be. And you can just go in and add your hearts going in different directions so they kind of have a floating feel. Look at how cute. I can draw it up here. Maybe I can do one like going sideways. Can you imagine if you could blow like bubble shapes? How cool would that be? Like if you had bubbles from the store and you were able to blow out like a big shape. That would be pretty cool. All right, so I've got my little bubbles kind of fluttering away over there. You can even have some down low if you'd like, whatever works for you. This is a perfect space to write Happy Mother's Day or I love you, or just add a little message to somebody. But look at how cute our picture is. So I am gonna go ahead and grab my markers, my colors, my whatever it is that I feel like I want to need. I'm probably going to do a mix of markers and crayons like I usually do. But if you like paint, grab whatever works. It is your doodle. So get those supplies and let's get coloring. Look at how cute our adorable little baby elephant turned out. Ah, I love it. I had so much fun drawing with you today. If you had fun doodling with me, please like, subscribe, and share the video and come back for more. I can't wait to see how you turned these into something awesome for somebody special. I will see you again later. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.